New Vocations is the oldest and largest racehorse adoption program in the country. We started the program in 1992, and we've placed over 7,000 thoroughbreds and standardbreds into loving homes. These horses were coming from 40 different racetracks across the country. We specifically work with owners and trainers who are looking for an aftercare option for their horses retiring. We take in horses from all over the country, as far as California, Florida, New York. Our largest facility is here in Lexington, Kentucky, but we also have facilities in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and Louisiana. The racehorses in general are extremely athletic. When they come into our program, we've always been amazed at how much they love to work and they love to have a job. Thoroughbreds, normally when you turn them out, the first thing they want to do when they're turned out in the field is run. It's really amazing to see how so many of them want to run the Kentucky Derby at least 10 times before they stop and start eating grass. And so when they retire from racing, it's important that we keep them active.
Thoroughbreds are naturally athletes. They make tremendous competitors, even in other disciplines. We have horses go on to be successful in dressage, different Western disciplines, eventing, show jumping, you name it. Polo, we have horses who have gone on to do it. So really the sky's the limit for these guys after they're done with their careers on the track. That's really just the beginning for them. And it's a much easier transition for them than people imagine. They just take to it so readily. So when they start retraining, the first thing that we're really looking to do with them is to let them get a start in just adjusting to the social atmospheres. Then we start working them into the program for retraining, and that goes from even work on the ground to working with them on the lunge line and trying to figure out where they are mentally and physically. And then from there, as we're getting to know them, we're also working on things under saddle and trying to figure out how they would fit in a new career, what they would be most successful in.
So once we have a good feel of what the horse is going to be best suited for, the next step is finding that right home and that right person to take them on and help them excel at that career. We actually had last year over 1,000 people place an application to adopt one of our horses. So we take a lot of pride in finding the right home and making sure that our adopters are qualified to take on a retired racehorse. Once a horse is adopted from our program, we have the adopter sign a contract, and that contract basically states that for the next 12 months, we require that they give us progress reports. We want to ensure that the horse is not only in a great home, but it's excelling. Another part of our contract is that once a horse has gone through our program, if at any stage in its life it needs another home, we always are happy to take the horse back.
Even in a week, we're seeing them turn into horses who are used to that sort of pleasure lifestyle. But I would say, all in all, it usually takes around 40 to 60 days before we're really seeing what they're going to be able to do under saddle, and that's usually when they're ready to be listed as available for adoption on our website.
We rely solely on donations and grants to run our program, and we've been very blessed over the years that we've had a lot of owners and trainers and industry partners support us on an annual basis. So what we've seen over the last 10 years is a huge growth in the number of people, owners and trainers specifically, who truly do care about where their retired racehorses are going when they leave the track. And we have some great supporters, great owners and trainers that have supported our efforts for many, many years because they really do care about their horses. Taking care of a horse is not cheap. And so our average stay for a horse in our program is anywhere from 2 to 3 months, and sometimes longer than that. On average, it'll cost anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 to put a horse through our program. So it's really important for us to make sure we have the resources to provide whatever is needed for the horses to ensure that they're going to get the ride home.